she wasn't a bad actress. She was quite a good actress. I mean, she should stick to acting. That was all false. I mean, it was somebody else's house. You know, all the stuff was brand new. Every kettle was gleaming. You know, kitchens are not like that. People haven't got time for that cooking like that. I mean, you know, she's no Mary Berry. That was a cake where it was beautiful on the inside. Well, you know, it's fine, but you know, who says that about a cake? Nobody. It's just, it was false. The whole thing was just, I don't know, I think it was a con. And, you know, and she was so nice to Daniel. I mean, pity she wasn't so nice to her own staff. I mean, she was, when she was at Kensington Palace, you know. So it was false, absolutely false. And I'll tell you what, I think there'll be no second series. And if there is, I think whoever's watching it must be bored because, must be not bored, must be excited by it because I thought it was terrible.
I agree with a lot of what you've said, but I will say there is clearly a space for aspirational shows. They exist. There's a lot of them and they're really successful. Again, but the problem here was there wasn't that way of watching this shiny life, which can be okay, but with a little bit of, you know, self-awareness in there. I mean, the fact that all the guests turned up and really a lot of what they were saying over and over again is just, Meghan, you're so amazing. And there wasn't sort of any cheeky banter about it. There wasn't her, as I say, showing some self-awareness of the fact that it was such a lavish display. I think that there's a way to make that work, and I just don't think it landed at all. It just felt very, very glossy. And again, like, we just learned absolutely nothing about her.
When Daniel said, I said, what a lovely way to present the piece. I can't believe it. I mean, it was just so... Oh.
Arthur Edwards, longtime royal photographer, has launched another attack on Meghan Markle. This time he criticises her new Netflix series, calling it boring and accusing her of seeking attention. This isn't new. Edwards has consistently used his platform to disparage Meghan, often with little basis. His latest comments are just another example of his relentless negativity towards the Duchess. This pattern raises an important question. Why is Edward so fixated on Meghan? Could it be a desperate attempt to stay relevant in an ever-changing media landscape? Edwards's role is that of a photographer, capturing images, not offering opinions. His primary responsibility is to document moments, to freeze time with his lens, and to provide the public with a visual record of events. He is there to observe, not to judge. His expertise lies in framing shots, not dissecting the lives of public figures. The art of photography demands a keen eye for detail, an understanding of light and shadow, and the ability to capture the essence of a moment. It does not require, nor does it benefit from, personal commentary on the subjects being photographed. Yet, he seems to believe his proximity to the royals grants him the authority to pass judgment on Meghan. This assumption is misguided. Being close to someone does not equate to understanding their experiences or motivations. It certainly does not give one the right to publicly criticize them. This sense of entitlement is evident in his dismissive and often disrespectful comments towards her. His words reveal a bias that is unbecoming of a professional in his field. Instead of maintaining an objective stance, he allows his personal feelings to colour his public statements. He forgets that his job is to document, not dictate, the narrative. A photographer's role is to provide a window into the world, not to shape the story according to their own views. By stepping beyond his professional boundaries, he risks losing the trust and respect of his audience. By consistently attacking Meghan, he oversteps his professional boundaries and reveals a personal bias that undermines his credibility. His actions not only harm his reputation but also contribute to a culture of negativity and judgment that is harmful to all involved. A true professional knows the importance of impartiality and respect. Edwards' claims about Meghan's Netflix series, like many of his previous accusations, lack any factual basis. He has a history of making bold statements without providing the necessary evidence to back them up. This pattern of behaviour raises questions about his credibility and intentions. He calls it boring without offering any concrete examples or engaging with the content. Instead of providing a thoughtful critique, he resorts to vague and dismissive comments. This approach does a disservice to viewers who are looking for genuine insights and thoughtful analysis. This suggests that his criticism stems not from genuine disappointment, but from a predetermined agenda. It appears that he is more interested in pushing a narrative than in offering a fair assessment. This kind of biased commentary undermines the integrity of journalism. He seems determined to paint Meghan in a negative light, regardless of her actual actions. His relentless focus on her perceived flaws and mistakes suggests a personal vendetta rather than an objective evaluation. This relentless negativity can have real-world consequences, affecting public perception and even Meghan's mental health. This deliberate distortion of reality is irresponsible and harmful, further fueling the fire of misinformation surrounding the Duchess. In an age where misinformation spreads rapidly, such actions are particularly dangerous. They contribute to a toxic media environment where truth becomes secondary to sensationalism. It's time for Edwards to back up his claims with evidence or remain silent. The public deserves better than baseless accusations and unfounded criticism. If he cannot provide concrete proof to support his statements, he should reconsider his approach. Responsible journalism requires accountability and a commitment to the truth. Section 4. Recycled bullying, zero evidence. Arthur Edwards often resorts to regurgitating old accusations of bullying against Meghan Markle, despite the glaring lack of concrete evidence to support these claims. These allegations have been circulating for years, yet no substantial proof has ever been presented to validate them. These accusations, largely stemming from anonymous sources, have been repeatedly debunked and dismissed by credible investigations and reports. Despite this, the narrative persists, fueled by those who seem intent on tarnishing Meghan's reputation. Yet, Edwards continues to use these baseless claims as ammunition in his relentless attacks, demonstrating a blatant disregard for truth and fairness. His actions raise serious questions about the ethics and integrity of those who perpetuate such unfounded stories. By clinging to these baseless claims, he perpetuates a harmful narrative that has no place in a responsible media landscape. This kind of behavior not only undermines journalistic standards, but also contributes to a toxic environment where misinformation thrives. This relentless character assassination is not journalism, it's harassment disguised as commentary. It's a disservice to the public and to the principles of fair and accurate reporting. Meghan Markle, despite the ongoing attacks, continues to stand strong and composed, a testament to her resilience in the face of adversity. Section 5. Obsession disguised as criticism. The British media's obsession with Meghan Markle is undeniable. Every move she makes is scrutinised, analysed and often twisted to fit a pre-existing narrative. Ironically, while accusing her of seeking attention, they are the ones constantly thrusting her into the spotlight. This relentless focus on Meghan, much of it negative and intrusive, exposes the hypocrisy at the heart of their criticism. It's time for the British media to reflect on its unhealthy obsession and engage in fair and balanced reporting. Section 6. Rising above the noise. Despite the constant barrage of negativity, Meghan Markle continues to thrive. She has used her platform to speak out against injustice, champion important causes, and inspire millions around the world. Her resilience in the face of adversity is a testament to her strength and determination. Instead of tearing her down, let's celebrate her accomplishments and acknowledge the positive impact she's making. Meghan's story is far from over. It's just the beginning of a powerful and inspiring journey.